Welcome back, my families. Today I'm going to make very unique recipe which is using turkey bits, which is called turkey cocktail or turkey tails, the end bit of the tails like that. Hope you can see it. Okay, these are quite expensive. They're about $10.50 in Australia, in Sydney. So it's really delicious if you know how to make it. I believe it's traditionally they used to say that's very rich in collagen. It's also got a lot of fat, I think. So do not use oil to cook these. And you have to clean it well. See this bit, if you can see like a button on the top, that's the oil gland. So you have to remove that. Okay, otherwise it doesn't taste really nice when you bite into it. So just cut it like that. And then slide it underneath. Hold it, be careful of your hand. And remove the excess fat anyway. So I'll show you how it looks like, the oil gland. So that's how it looks. It's like for conditioning the feathers for the birds. So I'm not going to go further into it. If you want to know, you can you can Google and search it. Okay, you just remove that. If there's any hairs in here, just cut it, slide it, and remove it. So I've got another one to remove the same. I'm using 3 kilos. Each kilo is about 7 pieces. So if you want to try first, if you can get hold of this, try it. You might like it. Like my family, none of them eat it. After they tried once, they love it. Okay, to cook it, because it's so thick, it's so hard to cook, so you want to just slice it both sides between the bones, like, see, that's the bone, so you slice it on the side. Okay, just like that, to speed up the cooking. So that's all done, and I'm going to soak it for half an hour in 1.5 cup white vinegar to remove all the smells, if it has got any smells, excess blood. Just give it a good massage and soak it for half an hour. So it's been washed very clean and drain it. Now I'm going to add 2 large onion, finely chopped. 2 large onion, just top it in. Half a cup of minced garlic and 2 tablespoons of minced ginger. One cinnamon coil. Try and get Ceylon cinnamon coil, they are the best cinnamon. 2 star anise and 3 cloves. Two tablespoons of chili powder of your choice. The heat is your choice. This is a hot chili powder. Two tablespoons of turmeric powder. One tablespoon of, now I would say 2 teaspoons of white pepper. 2 teaspoons of salt. You can add extra seasoning if you like. If you don't like any cube seasonings, you can add 1 teaspoon of sugar. And here I have a special herbs. I'll share with you how to make. You can make tea. It's really good for health, and you can search them on Google, the benefits in it. So it's got, I don't know how you pronounce it. It's like a black seed. It's spelled as Kalonji, kalonji or something like that. That seed, equal part with cardamom seeds and fenugreek seeds. So you blend them and jar them like that. You can make tea. It's very good for your immune system as well. So I'm going to add about 1 teaspoon of that. You can add in any cooking as well. And I've got here I would say quarter cup tomato paste, unsalted tomato paste. You can mix all like that. There's no need oil. And I've got here a few curry leaves here with the stock. I'm not going to remove the leaves, just going to put it as it is like that. Okay, and put the lid on, and I'm going to take it outside. Cook it on a high heat, stir it for a few minutes, and then put the lid back. So I've started cooking already. Put it in a pot. You don't have to stir. You can see it's bubbling. This is on a high heat, and I'm going to leave it for 5 minutes and then stir it in. Let it cook it in the steam. So I'm removing after a couple of minutes. Just give it a good mix. Here 1.5 cup of water. That's the residues from the garlic, ginger, so you don't have to wash and pour it out, and just pour it over here. And now put the lid on and let it cook for half an hour. So every 10 minutes or so, just give it a stir so it doesn't catch on the bottom or doesn't burn, and it should be done in half an hour. Not very high heat, but on a high heat. After half an hour, taste for salt. If you think the salt is good enough for you, then you can start plating it. You can have this with rice, and it's really delicious, or you can even have it with bread. And the gravy is so yummy. You can cook it till it's really dry, or you can cook it with a little bit of gravy left in it. If you think there's not enough gravy, just add a little bit water, like quarter cup. After 15 minutes of cooking, reduce the heat to medium heat and let it cook for another 15 minutes. And taste it. If it's tender, you can off it. If it's not, you can further for another 15 minutes. You can start to see the oil is separating from the sauce. Excess oil, I will remove it. I'm using a non-stick pan, that's why I could allow it for 10 minutes and then stir it. If you're using a normal pan, you have to constantly stirring it so it doesn't burn. I'm going to increase another 15 minutes from the 30 minutes I said from the beginning, and I'm going to lower the heat. When I say the oil is separating, it's not the oil that I poured in, it's the fat that turned to oil. So excess, you don't need it, and which you have to remove it, otherwise it won't taste nice. Give it a good mix. Scrape all the bottom so it's nothing is burning or catching on the bottom, because it won't taste nice. And you can taste for salt. If it's enough salt, then you can, if you think that's enough, if you want that much of gravy, turn it off. If you want it to dry, thicken a little bit, then give it another 5 minutes and turn it back on high heat to reduce the sauce. I hope you like this video. This is the most beautiful recipe. You don't have to go outside. You basically can use any part of meat to give it a good stir like that. As you can see, if that sauce is enough for you, then you turn it off, or otherwise you can turn the flame back high and give it another 5 minutes and continue stirring, otherwise it will burn on the bottom. Okay, you can see there's a lot of fat in it, which looks like oil anyway. Fat melts, it becomes oil. So we are going to discard all the excess fat, which is oil. And you can see the split from the sauce. You can't smell it. I don't know how to describe it. The smell is really good. If you can make this, you don't have to buy any more food from outside. You can use chicken wings. Any meat that's a little bit of fat is nicer because you're not pouring oil. The reason I don't like to use a lot of oil is processed, regardless what it say. I like it because meat has got natural fat and you can sauce it from it. If it doesn't, like if you have to use vegetarian food, then obviously you have to buy good quality oil. And you can see the curry leaves like that. Remove the stems and you can discard them. So that's the consistency that I'm looking for, and I'm going to turn it off because that's gravy, and I think that's enough. I don't want it too dry because my son said he wants some gravy to eat with bread. You can see how it looks so beautiful. It's very dark in color. That's because it's cooked so well. and you can see there's a lot of fat that's floating on the top, and which we, as I said, we're going to discard. I'm going to plate it. So I'm going to use a plate like that, pick it up with a thong so you don't have to pick up all the fat. Already plated in here, clean the plate if it's a bit messy, and I'm going to show you how you remove the excess fat. So just gently bring it to a bowl and pour the excess. Can you see the fat, which is formed into oil? Because it's not easy to pour every single bit of the fat into the bowl, and I've got that much, that's about a cup. Okay, I'm not going to use it for anything. I'm going to use kitchen paper towel to absorb the rest. Just gently press. It's only going to absorb the fat anyway, the oil. You can squeeze it and redo it, or use a brand new towel. And you can see all the fat, excess oil is soaked in here. So I'm going to scoop the gravies like that. Just give it a good mix. Move it aside, and I'm going to move the other bowl. I hope you can see. I'm just going to drizzle over it. I'm sorry for all the noises in the background. And if there's any excess stalks of curry leaf, just remove it, put it aside. And I'm going to garnish it with fresh coriander leaves. Okay, so I'm going to dice the coriander. When you buy coriander leaves, discard the yellow bit or the one that's not so good, soak it in water. Normally what I do is I catch the tap water because it's got lots of chlorine, so I rest it for half an hour, then I dip it inside and cut it off that much, that length, and soak it back into the water overnight, and you can grow them. And now you have free corianders. So I'm just going to dice it. To garnish. And just garnish over it like that. I hope you like it. You really will enjoy it. You must try it. Everyone who tried this, they really love it. They can't have enough of it. Hope you like this video. Please share, subscribe, and like. Thank you for watching. And let's dig in. I've served with a bit of rice, and let's dig in with a bit of gravy. That's how it looks. It is so good. Thank you for watching again.